An epic journey awaits. Join me and my time-traveling apprentice, Remembro, as we take you back to the 90s.
Today we're taking a look back at 10 short-lived cartoons from 1994. Some were canceled too soon, while others lingered on well past their expiration date. Leave us a comment below if you remember watching any of these.
Introducing Magic Works. No-fail magic you can master in minutes.
This, my friends, is Clean Cut. I will magically cut a solid piece of rope and put it back together.
Give me that. It's real.
Watch closely. Place the rope into this magical holder, cut, and magically restore it like new. Wow, that's unbelievable!
That's impossible.
That's right, it's magic!
Clean Cut comes with everything you see here. Other tricks in the Magic Works collection sold separately.
Number 10, Marsupilami.
Marsupilami coming always dropping by just to hang around with have a swing and time singing. Marsupilami.
Comic book character and fictional animal species, Marsupilami is a black-spotted, long-tailed yellow creature with dog-like ears. Produced by Disney and aired originally as a segment on Raw Tunage before becoming its own show, later to spawn yet another spin-off from the segmented shorts sprinkled throughout Marsupilami episodes. This being 1995's The Snookums and Meat Funny Cartoon Show. At the time, Disney was attempting to produce a more edgy cartoon in the vein of Nickelodeon's The Ren and Stimpy Show, or Rocko's Modern Life. Joining in the off-the-wall antics and spontaneous nonsense were friends Maurice the gorilla, Stu the elephant, and Eduardo the jaguar. The original Marsupilami stories never encountered a gorilla or elephant, since these species are native to Africa, while the Marsupilami by design originates from South America. Each of the 13 half-hour episodes would kick off the CBS Saturday morning cartoon block and feature one new Marsupilami short, then one short either featuring Sebastian the Crab from The Little Mermaid or Snookums and Meat, concluding with a recycled Marsupilami short from Raw Tunage. Reruns of the show were aired on both the Disney Channel beginning in 95 and later on Toon Disney in 98, meaning its loud and colorful approach was sure to have caught the attention of most viewers somewhere along the line. People would have been happy to have more episodes to watch again and again, but unfortunately, Marsupilami found itself on the endangered species list come December 11th. The only character to survive extinction in that time slot was Sebastian, as the series was replaced with episodes of The Little Mermaid for the remainder of the season.
Our quest to bring you the newest fruit roll-ups continues. First we tried rubber rolls, but that was too off the wall. Then we thought ghostly rolls would be a stream. They were. Then something made sense. Dollars and cents. New Fruity Money peel-outs. Tens, hundreds, thousands of Fruity Fortune so you can put your money where your mouth is. Fruity Money peel-outs. What fun fruit roll-ups will we roll out with next?
Number 9, Skeleton Warriors.
These are the tales of the Skeleton Warriors.
Powering a mega city on planet Lumiere, the Light Star Crystal is damaged during an attempted theft by the malevolent Baron Dark. Obtaining only half, he wields it to transform the Legion of Light, a team of living beings avowed to protect their home planet, into undead skeleton warriors, hitting screen September 17th smack dab in the middle of CBS Saturday morning block at 9:30 a.m. At least that was the plan going into the 94 season, and it worked wonders at its debut. Even among a packed roster of comparable shows debuting alongside Skeleton Warriors, 94 would boast many ravenous marketed titles and heavily focused on the merchandising aspect of the properties, and were less concerned with striving for longevity. Shows like Wildcats, Mutant League, and Street Sharks would too be vying for the top spot in both the ratings and consumer market. One incompetent decision after the next would see the show shift not only its time slot, but additionally what days the cartoon would air. This happening again and again to little surprise of its lack of renewal come the final episode in December. While only 13 were ever published, there were plans on a grand scale in the works for substantially complex plot lines, mature and fleshed out character arcs, and its said concepts were drafted for up to 5 seasons in the future. None of this focus on the future having taken away from the single season viewers got to see, as the efforts shine through the animation, soundtrack, and character design, keeping a close tie-in and appearance between the episodes, commercials, and merchandise. Pleasing fans no doubt, but the constant shifting around in the weekly schedule led to a bare-bones rating that execs weren't impressed with. Skeleton Warriors comes highly recommended for fans of the era by fans of the era. Not a bad legacy to leave behind when considering that producers were given only a single weekend to create a pilot episode. Number 8, Battletech. 4 millennia into the future, the area of space surrounding the Earth and its nearby planets is now known as the Inner Sphere, once united under the Star League, but for the last 300 years consumed by savage wars, thus leading to being segmented into 6 domains of warring clans who do battle in giant militaristic robots. A small ragtag squad led by Major Adam Steiner fight for their home when news of an army, mysterious invaders calling themselves the clans threaten the future of all involved. The pilots of these battle mechs referred to as mech warriors, based upon the strategy board game Battletech that would spawn and inspire many more, and one of the first titles to combine cell animation with CGI. The CGI aspect relied upon more heavily for the mech battle portions of the story, featuring a richly developed galaxy of planets, peoples, and space-age technologies for young science fiction enthusiasts to get immersed in. Audiences today may be more familiar with the long-running franchise of video games, flying the mech warrior banner, but Battletech would unfortunately see far less attention from viewers, culminating in a single 13-episode season to the dismay of fans who loyally bought into the board games and toy lines. Eventually, the ownership rights were purchased by Disney in 2001 when Disney gobbled up Fox Kids. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Larry, it's like no place you've ever been in your whole life. First thing you gotta remember about Disney World is to pace yourself. Now, this is a mistake that a lot of first-timers make. They've got all these unbelievable rides and cool stuff to do. If you try to do it all at once, you'll be sleeping like a baby by lunchtime. Number 2, don't eat right before you go on Mr. Toad's wild ride. Number 3, Goofy is huge. I know he's only this big on TV, but in real life, Goofy could beat up Dad. Well, I guess that's all the important stuff. You're gonna love this place, Larry. It really brings out the kid in you.
There's never been a better time to make the dream come true.
We'll be leaving in about 3 weeks.
Number 7, Jin Jin and the Panda Patrol. Set in modern-day China, where the panda has long since represented the traditions of peace and friendship. More specifically, within the fictional locale of Pandaland, we meet the rambunctious, if not outright rebellious, Jin Jin. Jin Jin's days are spent munching on his all-time favorite treat of bamboo shoots, generally trying to steer clear of any mischief. All this while protecting his land from the, dare we say, cartoonishly mad Dr. Mania. Consumers of early 90s content aimed at kids will no doubt be familiar with the show's overall message. Whether it be books, films, or TV programs, a large portion of the content created for kids at the time came packaged with environmental awareness in tow. Works like Free Willy and The Great Panda Adventure will no doubt come to mind, meant to instill a whole generation of viewers with a determination to protect the planet from insensitive loggers, whalers, and seal clubbers, all sold to young audiences under the guise of a fun-filled 30-minute episode of after-school entertainment. From the start, the show flat out doesn't know what it wants to be. If you're more than 4.5 years old, you're apt to feel the off-putting condescension the lines are delivered with. The moment the episode kicks off, the script is clearly written to cater to a significantly younger watcher than the opening title sequence would lead one to believe. While motorcycles, villains, and explosions are building excitement, the dialogue continuously returns to ruin any momentum the episode might have. Although the show likes to boast it's taking the moral high ground by its very design, not more than 2 minutes into the show, viewers are presented with a poor attempt at conveying a lesson about greed, in which Jin Jin's first and only instinct is to display just how angry and mean he could be. And this is supposed to serve as a solution to the problem solving. Unfortunately, this time the seal clubbers got the last laugh, as it was open Panda season on Jin Jin, and the series concluded after its 26th episode.
Whoa! The Fisher-Price Triple Arcade. It's fast-action pinball.
This is cool. Just wait.
That changes to a skee-ball game.
Can't get any cooler than this. It gets cooler.
Then changes again into an awesome basketball game.
Yeah!
Hey, why go to the arcade when the arcade can come to you? The amazing Triple Arcade from Fisher-Price. Assembly required.
Number 6, Beethoven. Beethoven! September 10th at 8:30 a.m. would bring an animated spin-off of the 1992 live-action family film, Beethoven, featuring an unruly, disaster-prone St. Bernard as its title character. The movie, in fact, is based originally on the lesser-known comic book, this cartoon version going under the production of Ivan Reitman, director of hits like Ghostbusters, Twins, and Kindergarten Cop. Beethoven is gifted the ability to speak in this rendition, but only with his neighborhood dog pals. Most episodes featured the format of fitting 2 standalone shorts into a half-hour time slot. The Newton family adore their larger-than-life St. Bernard, even though he finds himself in different mishaps time and time again, always to the annoyance of the father, George, who at times threatens to cast out Beethoven from their happy abode. Aside from Sparky the Stray from the film, all the other animal characters are unique to the cartoon. Additional character voices for some of these were provided by Simpsons cast members, notably developed for television by the creators of Recess, who would see much more success with that animated title in the not-too-distant future. One positive is that the effort in the art department doesn't go unnoticed. The main opening of the series is done by an animator who would later go on to create Cartoon Network's Cow and Chicken. What's more, the series was run by team members who at the time worked on Nickelodeon's Rugrats. A total of 13 episodes were aired on CBS Saturday mornings between The Little Mermaid and Aladdin up until December. There's a strong chance the series fell victim to the early 90s powerhouse that was Power Ranger, airing at the same time over on Fox. Perhaps it could have garnered a modest following if given a different time slot. Sadly, Beethoven was out of tune with his target audience, and before long, they turned a deaf ear. Number 5, Monster Force. A sci-fi styled Monster of the Week series about a scientist and 3 teenagers, including a descendant of Dr. Frankenstein and the teenage grandson of the Wolfman, Teen Wolfman. The show is set in a future filled with jet bikes, power suits, and lasers. All tools at the disposal of our dedicated team of monster hunters. Many of the classic monster types kids would expect to see are represented, from the main antagonist Dracula, who's of course shadowed by a creepy Renfield. To be more precise, the duo serve as more of a conglomerate of the Dracula and Renfield characters, mixed with the Dr. Frankenstein and lab assistant Igor characters. Countless cartoon titles exist in the realm of creatures of the night, and the concept was nothing new at the time. But the ace up their sleeve on Monster Force was that they purchased the licensing rights to include the classic creatures from Universal Studios, in what could be seen as a homage to the cult classic flick The Monster Squad. This version of Frankenstein's monster, too, joins forces with the protagonist in defiance of Dracula. 30-minute episodes would present the standard thwarting of an evil plot to endanger the people of the planet and or the future of the planet itself. These episodic battles waged between our heroes, the Monster Force, and the baddies led by Dracula, generally labeled creatures of the night, least of which include the mummy and creature from the Black Lagoon, suffering as a lot of good cartoon creations do by having such a limited amount of time to tell its tale each episode. The stories were too short to really develop a proper, meaningful arc, needed to keep audiences invested. Perhaps it was all a bit too middle of the road for 1994, but then again, being scattered about the TV schedule under syndication didn't help its cause. By no means a monster farce on the genre, and well produced throughout its single 13-episode season. Monster Force rings familiar with many fans of sci-fi horror-themed cartoons. It continues to come widely recommended to this day.
If you're in trouble, 911. You know where to run. 911. If you need help, 911. Down 911.
The show to watch right here, Tuesday night.
Number 4, Conan and the Young Warriors.
The barbarian Conan is called upon to protect 3 young warriors whose destiny is to someday rule the land of Hyboria.
Centered upon fictional sword and sorcery hero Conan, who originated in Weird Tales magazine back in the 1930s. Having since been adapted to books, comics, video games, and the time-honored films Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. The prior TV season saw the conclusion of a 65-episode Conan the Adventurer series that boasted modest success, completing 2 full seasons and spawning a small toy line under the Hasbro label. CBS would take a stab at bringing audience a follow-up animation adaptation to its Saturday morning cartoon block. So for a half an hour at 11:30 a.m., people were treated to what turned out to be an even lighter and softer version of its predecessor, leading to this program being given the unflattering nickname of Conan, the Babysitter Barbarian. Conan and his sidekick Sage spend episodes protecting and educating 3 kids gifted with special powers. These special powers deriving from 3 star stones needed to unite and reign over their home of Hyboria. Half-serpent sorceress Solinara and her demon imp Grak serve as villains, although we do see many other antagonistic characters come and go to serve the story as they fill out 13 adventuresome installments. While it's certainly not the worst of shows to grace these lists, it was rather run-of-the-mill for 1994, especially when you take into account yet again that dreaded 11:30 time slot. When it comes to Conan and the Young Warriors, they were positioned for failure the moment the pilot aired, as the ratings paint a pretty clear picture that most of America was turned into rival network Fox, opting to instead take part in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers craze that summer.
Lights! Whoa. Camera! Not what I had in mind. Action! Let me try and get this. There it is. Here we go. Nick in the Afternoon is back, I think. I hope. Whew. Anywho, I'm Stick Stickley, your soon-to-be host. But first, need a little help. Woo. Oh, boy, make that a lot of help. I need you to send me stuff to put on Nick in the Afternoon. Grab a camera, send me videos, pictures, letters. Show me your pet, your hometown. Can you do some weird, silly thing? Well, get it on video. Mail it to P.O. Box 963, New York, 10108. Remember, once you send it to me, I can't return it. Sorry. Hey, if you have a favorite Nick show, tell me about it, too. Maybe I'll let you pick what's on Nick in the Afternoon. Or if you have a riddle or a Nick trivia question, send it my way. The harder, the better. Go ahead. Yeah, what am I saying? Anywho, please send me your stuff, or I'll just have to tell you about my family tree. Help!
Number 3, Free Willy. Airing September 24th on ABC came an adaptation of the recent hit family favorite feature film, Free Willy. The animated series is cited as being overall very cute and very fun for children. Watchable so as long as you don't pick apart its overly simplistic messaging. Although it did manage to float its way through to technically claim 2 seasons, anyone excited about checking it out should know in advance it only consists of a total of 21 episodes, featuring main character Jesse who befriends Willy by freeing him from captivity. Together, the two form an inseparable bond. One major change occurring between the big and small screen renditions is that Jesse is now gifted the ability to speak with animals. Notably, the cartoon anticipates multiple plot elements of the film sequel, Free Willy 2: The Adventure Home, which was released in the summer of '95. The overall plot is without a doubt Moby Dickish, as our main villain, a Captain Ahab clone voiced by the gruff Michael Ironside, pursues our protagonist to the end of the earth from episode to episode. Running parallel with the popularity of the film and the promotion of a new franchise installment was a constant opposition to the concept of holding one of these creatures in captivity. Positions that were taken and lines that were drawn during Free Willy's heyday caused a stir. While neither the film nor the cartoon held the general audience's attention for all that long, the whale itself remained a feature we'd see updated occasionally on nightly news broadcasts and morning shows. Free Willy rapidly faded into obscurity, never to resurface again.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
When I heard about new Crayola Magic Scent crayons, I got nosy. Wow! 16 cool colors, 16 great scents. But you gotta color to smell them, like bubblegum. Coconut. Banana. Whoa! Beautiful.
Crayola, Crayola, rock!
New magic scent crayons from Crayola. What will they think of next?
Who knows?
Number 2, Problem Child. Originally finding a home on USA Network as part of their Cartoon Express block, came another movie adaptation, 1990's controversial title Problem Child. Execs were more than eager to bring a small-screen version to kids' cartoons after raking in close to $60 million in profit on the often verbally scandalized family flick. The sheer amount of negative attention the films garnered in the media served to promote the franchise on a massive scale, for free, so they figured why not keep it rolling. The cartoon would feature said problematic orphan Junior Healy, continuing to wreak havoc upon his new family, classmates, and neighborhood. Gilbert Gottfried supplied the voice for his over-the-top character, Igor Peabody, who managed to make it into the animation as well as all 3 movies, earning himself a nomination for a Golden Raspberry for Worst Supporting Actor, an award which he hilariously lost to former President Donald Trump. While critics might not be fans, some viewers certainly are, and were willing to overlook the dark humor and mischievous pranks Junior would continuously rain down upon characters like Fuzzball, Principal Igor Peabody, and his grandfather Big Ben. For those interested in keeping an eye out, the show does occasionally pop up on streaming sites in its entirety from time to time. Number 1, The Head. In 1994, music television hit its animated peak with MTV's Oddities, which showcased 2 incredibly original series, The Head and The Max. Developed for MTV by Eric Fogel, who would later go on to devise the layout for the successful series Celebrity Deathmatch. The first of those programs hitting the liquid television era was initially intended as a science fiction miniseries of 15-minute installments centered upon Jim, a man with a massive cranium for which he has no explanation as the series begins. Following a visit to his doctor regarding his suddenly expanded skull, he runs into a group of no-good, lousy vagrants who threaten his life. When all looks helpless, Jim's head suddenly opens up to reveal a short, purple alien who proceeds to save the day. This intergalactic stowaway Roy informs Jim that an evil alien race of parasites is setting their sights on Earth. They together must find 5 pieces of an anti-invasion machine that was unfortunately smashed to pieces whilst hurtling its way towards the planet. Later, another alien named Gork arrives and takes Jim's girlfriend Madeline hostage. Chances are this will be either a love it or leave it title for most audiences right from the second you catch a glimpse of it. Those willing to delve a little deeper than the clearly dated art style and intentionally atrocious voiceover acting on its surface may find more entertainment value than they expect to. Well, there you have it. There's 10 short-lived cartoons from 1994. Don't forget to leave us a comment if you remember watching any of these. And as always, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more videos just like this.
Baby, time machine, 90s.